I'm Mr. MegaManFan, and this is me knocking out a bunch of my Nintendo 64 collection in one shot. My 2020 resolution, get this done, and it starts with this single N64 cart, and I gotta get all of this additional wrapping material off of it. So let me figure out where I can break through it with the pair of scissors here. And once that's done, I should be able to pull it out and show it to you properly. Here we have one of the 20 or so N64 games I still needed to finish my set. And it is very dirty on the back and not so great on the front. But Starshot Space Circus Fever is one of the more expensive games, so I settled for any kind of label I could get versus having to pay for a complete in-box top condition copy. Just want to have one of each, not the best one of each ever. I think that's reasonable enough, don't you? And in a couple of these cases, I went for a Japanese variant because they are common compared to their American counterparts. Now, Monopoly, it makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. That one was a fairly cheap game. I had just never gotten around to it before now. Had actually seen it at a couple of places, but I paid less for it on eBay than I would have at a store, so I feel like that's a win. And so is Cruisin' World, which I've actually never seen locally, so that's sort of the deal here with a lot of these N64 games, Monopoly being the exception. A lot of them I just couldn't find around here, so it was time to go to eBay to finally finish things off, because I had hit a breaking point where I just didn't think I was going to find any more Nintendo 64 games where I live. I think I have cleaned them out of all the ones that I didn't already have. So here we have Flying Dragon, which somebody scribbled the word Nintendo all over the front. And again, it's used and scuffed up, but I'm okay with that. I'd actually be more suspicious if it was brand new, unblemished, because then you'd know it was like a reproduction with a brand new label on it, phonier than a $3 bill, as I like to say. So I think if they look a little dirty, that might actually just be better. So we've got some more layers of packaging that need to be removed here. Can't fault the eBay sellers for being very cautious and careful with their packages to me, which is appreciated, since just because I want it dirty doesn't mean I want it broken and unplayable. I just want working games. I don't think that's too much to ask for cartridges, especially since this is the last era cartridge system. After Nintendo 64, all Nintendo game console systems went to disc-based formats up until the Switch. I don't even know if you really could call what's in a Switch a cartridge. A little SD card? Anyway, here's South Park Chef's Love Shack, which I had PlayStation of, but not Nintendo 64. So that's another one off the list, and one of the less expensive ones. Glad to have that in my collection now. Get this package open. I think I can just slip through the bottom flap here, and then maybe pull it apart with my hands once I've got it slit open. That seems to be working for the most part. A little force applied will get the job done, and we'll pull out what's inside and take it out of the bubble wrap and reveal Rampage World Tour. There were 2 Rampage games for Nintendo 64, and I didn't have either of them. Although Ben's Game Zone did tell me they see them every now and then, I got tired of waiting to see them at any store I visited. Weren't showing up at Gamers or Pop Culture Exchange or Ben's. The Rampage games must sell as soon as they come in, so I finally caved and got them the only way I could. And we have another package here. As you can see, we had to use a laundry basket to pick up the mail today because that's how many packages were arriving. I went on a spree just trying to finish off my Nintendo 64 set, but that may prove to be elusive. I can't say with certainty that I'll ever own Sculptor's Cut. That one may just be beyond reach, but with this set, we're going to be down to under 10. So here's Duck Dodgers starring Daffy Duck. And again, not necessarily the most perfect label, but for me, I think that's more authentic, and it didn't actually mar Duck Dodgers himself. It was only a little tear off the side, so it was one of those kind of I can live with it things. At least nobody scribbled over it or put a big rental sticker on top of it, you know what I'm saying? It didn't just destroy Duck Dodgers altogether. So that's good enough. What do we have next? Let's see if I can get this package open. Got the knife, got the scissors, got all sorts of weaponry here that's ready to do damage to these packages. But once that's done, I have to remove the contents and then show them all to you as I whittle down the number left that I need. So inside of this one, it's a package inside a package. And inside that package, we have 3 Japanese N64 games. Puyo Puyo Sun, which never came out here, but I just wanted one to play. And we have Famitsu Baseball 64. And then we have one that actually did get released here, Goemon's Great Adventure. And that goes for a lot more than the Japanese counterpart. So with the money I saved, I actually got a couple of other games. I think that's a fair trade. And now, in this final box, delivered from Japan, this is a game that I got complete in box for only $20, which the North American counterpart, loose, goes for way more than that. And it's the exact same game. I mean, it's literally, other than the text in the game, exactly the same game. So I think this one is entirely justifiable. And let me pull it out and show it to you, and you'll realize how much I saved. It's Super Bowling. That was a very late North American Nintendo 64 release, but in Japan, it's as common as all get out. Loose, you can get it for a few bucks. Complete in box like this, $20. And that just beats the hell out of paying $300 or more for the North American version. I've got a cartridge adapter I can play Japanese games with. And a game like bowling, how much difference is the text going to make from English to Japanese? If it's in kanji, it doesn't matter. It's bowling. I think you can figure out how to play bowling without it being in English. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm just happy to have Super Bowling. This is Mr. MegaManFan. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.